Welcome to this premium masterclass on launching and scaling a highly profitable cleaning enterprise. Today, we're completely setting aside the casual advice. Instead, we're focusing purely on the professional architecture required to build a scalable, sustainable operation. We're going to take a linear, high-density deep dive into the exact systems that guarantee success.
I want you to really process this number, $110 billion. The cleaning industry is so often mistakenly viewed as a casual side hustle or some kind of fallback plan. Well, we need to reframe that right now. This is a massive, $110 billion global industry. It presents a serious capital allocation opportunity for those who approach it with executive precision and professional standards. And the macroeconomic trend completely backs this up. Based on Statista data, worldwide household cleaner revenues are steadily climbing, and they're projected to hit an incredible $46.78 billion by 2026. Make no mistake, this isn't a stagnant or declining market. This data perfectly validates the massive, ongoing consumer demand that you can tap right into.
Now, breaking down the regional market share dynamics. Take the UAE, for example, which is a prime indicator of a rapidly developing market. Reveals that commercial cleaning clearly holds the largest slice of the pie. Residential comes in second, and industrial is third. This exact hierarchy dictates where the smartest executive money flows when scaling a business.
Okay, here's our exact curriculum progression for today's masterclass. Module 1, Market Positioning. Module 2, Legal and Financial Foundations. Module 3, Capital Allocation. Module 4, Operational Workflows. And finally, Module 5, Strategic Scaling. Let's jump straight into Module 1, Market Positioning and Structural Foundation. The initial structural decisions you make today will permanently dictate the long-term operational ceiling of your entire enterprise. Let's contrast your two primary entry points. The residential cleaning model boasts a beautifully low barrier to entry. Honestly, you can successfully launch a professional residential service for under $1,000. Conversely, the commercial sector offers significantly higher yield, long-term contracts, but it's much more equipment-heavy. It demands a true upfront capital investment of $2,000 to $5,000 or more. Another absolutely critical structural choice is whether to operate independently or buy into a franchise system. Objectively weigh these out. A franchise demands a steep $10,000 to $50,000 upfront fee plus 5 to 10% in ongoing royalties. Building an independent brand carries a heavier operational burden initially since you're building systems from scratch, but it mathematically guarantees much higher long-term profit margins. Moving right into Module 2, Legal and Financial Foundations, Risk Mitigation. I need to be incredibly clear here, these are non-negotiable frameworks. Skipping or underfunding these legal steps to save a few dollars exposes your business to catastrophic, unmitigated liability. Here is your exact chronological workflow. Step 1, business registration. Step 2, securing general liability insurance. Step 3, acquiring surety bonding. And Step 4, workers' compensation once you hire. Professional bonding and insurance aren't just safety nets. They are absolute prerequisites for landing high-value commercial contracts. Analyzing the actual costs reveals a surprisingly affordable risk mitigation strategy. A solid $1 million general liability policy generally runs between $500 and $1,200 annually for a solo operator. Combine that with a janitorial bond, and you've essentially built an impenetrable fortress around your assets. All right, Module 3, Capital Allocation and True Startup Costs. Understanding these costs means drawing a hard line between one-time investments and your recurring burn rate. A realistic startup budget highlights a stark contrast here. While a basic residential starter kit only costs between $300 and $600, scaling up changes the math entirely. If you're acquiring specialized commercial gear, think floor scrubbers or high-end backpack vacuums, you must exercise absolute precision in your budgeting to protect your early cash flow. Now pay attention to this because it's a crucial hidden metric. The ongoing cost of consumable supplies will consistently eat up 5 to 10% of your total monthly revenue. This is literally the silent killer of novice profit margins. If you aren't tracking your consumables, you're bleeding cash without even realizing it. Breaking down these granular, per-job hidden costs reveals the true drain on capital. We're talking about $2 for every single vacuum bag replacement, and $1.50 for a pack of microfiber cloths that wear out over time. An elite consultant architecting an enterprise tracks these down to the penny per home, utilizing systems like bulk buying to ruthlessly protect their bottom line. And speaking of the bottom line, positioning your brand around eco-friendly products and verifiable disinfection isn't just some marketing gimmick. It's a profound strategic advantage. It demonstrates how prioritizing health and sustainability allows you to command premium pricing, attract higher-tier clients, and build immense market goodwill. Module 4, Operational Workflows and Labor Management. Human capital is the single most complex variable in any service business. Mastering how you acquire, train, and retain elite staff is what separates the true business owners from the stressed-out operators. The reality of this industry is that labor will consume 40% to 70% of your operating expenses. Beyond just hourly wages and payroll taxes, you've got to factor in a baseline cost of approximately $1,000 just to properly onboard, train, and certify a single new employee to your standard. Which brings us to a strict insider rule. Before you even think about expanding your team, your business must operate at 80% capacity for 4 consecutive weeks. You absolutely need that sustained, proven volume to financially justify the true $1,500 to $2,500 total investment required to successfully integrate a new hire. Finally, Module 5, Advanced Marketing and Strategic Scaling. Having a flawless cleaning service means absolutely nothing if nobody knows you exist. Here is your elite marketing blueprint for generating predictable lead flow. It starts with optimizing a free Google business profile, then deploying local services ads, SEO, and rigorous reputation management. The Small Business Administration actually recommends that 7 to 8% of your gross revenue should be aggressively and consistently reinvested directly into digital lead generation to constantly feed your sales pipeline. Projecting long-term financial scaling demonstrates some incredible sequential growth. Using an eco-friendly model as a case study, a business establishing a strong 1 million revenue base in year 1 can systematically scale top-line revenue and net income over a 5-year horizon, just by strictly managing their cost of sales. To actually execute that growth, you've got to implement elite consultant best practices. Small operational tweaks yield massive margin improvements. Things like color-coding your microfiber cloths to prevent cross-contamination, diluting commercial chemical concentrates to slash your supply costs to pennies per job, tracking your IRS mileage religiously. These are the executive systems that guarantee profitability. I really want you to reflect on this critical philosophy. The risk of underinvesting is operational rather than structural. Listen, cheap equipment breaks. Cheap chemicals leave streaks. Both ruin your margins and your reputation. Reinvesting your early profits into professional-grade assets isn't optional. It's a mandatory step for survival and growth in a highly competitive landscape. So we conclude today's masterclass with this provocative executive question. Are you just building a job for yourself, or are you architecting a scalable enterprise? If you apply the frameworks, the strict systems, and the exact financial metrics we covered today, you have the definitive blueprint to launch, scale, and absolutely dominate your market. Thank you for learning with us.